Post-grad depression is a real thing. Post-grad depression is what's called sadness or anxiety once you graduate high school and even more so college. You can try to mentally prepare for it. You can think it's not going to happen to you. I can tell you right now, regardless, it will hit you in some way, shape, or form. How do you deal with it? Same way you deal with copious amounts of liquor. Time, and time. You have to let time pass and get adjusted to your new life outside of college or high school. You're going to be thinking about how fun it was in college, and you're going to be holding on to those memories, hoping to make more memories like that in the future. What makes post-grad depression terrible is the fact that you kind of have this realization that you're not going to have the same life that you used to have the past 4 years. Now, the way I dealt with it is kind of unique, so I don't really expect many of you to sort of follow this. I lived in Connecticut my whole life through high school and through college, so when I graduated, I moved to Miami for both grad school, but also because I knew that it'd be a new area, and with a new area is new experiences. So I'd be kind of able to separate sort of my college years from my post-college years. Staying in the same place as your college or going back to a place that you were always at in between college years and stuff like that, that obviously can make things a little bit harder. But the principle I've learned is the fact that when you graduate college, you are a full adult. And I know you're technically an adult in college, but you still are in that transitory period between being a kid from high school and being an adult after college. So the best way to kind of think about it is, hey, I'm a grown adult right now. I have all this freedom. But also this too, your friends that you made in college, they're not dead, all right? They're still gonna be around. So you're still gonna be able to make more experiences and have more memories with them and with new people too. And also think about it this way, right? Imagine if you were just in college in perpetuity. Wouldn't that get boring eventually? Like you might say, oh no, I love it so much, I would never stop. But like, just think about it this way, right? I went to UConn, University of Connecticut. There was only like 3 or 4 bars around the campus, and there were only so many types of parties we could have on campus before it kind of felt stale and repetitive. Now, it almost never did, but there would be times throughout the years that I would be like, well, damn, I'm kind of doing the same thing for fun that I did in the past. Now, that's a normal motion to feel, but if you apply that to post-grad life, you can kind of at least sort of mentally calm yourself and be like, hey, if I was in college forever, it'd eventually get boring. I'd have to move on eventually. Post-grad depression is not easy. It hits people in various ways and various levels and stuff. But ultimately, you have to remember is once you give it enough time, you will get over it and you will be able to at least enjoy your new life. There will definitely be difficulties in your new life, especially financially, especially with taxes and being an adult and all those responsibilities. But if you can kind of just look at the enjoyments that you can get from that new life, you'll be set.
What stage of the post-grad midlife crisis depression am I in if I want to get my ears pierced, huh? I just want to start my douchebag F-boy look. What's up? How's it going? You come here often? I can't keep working, guys. I can't keep being a corporate slave. Every day I pray that a meteor comes and blows up my work building. Of course, with no one in it, but it doesn't happen. Do my prayers mean nothing? Are they meaningless? I don't know.
I dropped out of college a couple of years ago, and most people that were in my grade either graduated last year or will be graduating this year. And I genuinely feel bad for them because a lot of them have texted me and said like, yo, is there anything that I can do to work for you? And I think there just comes like a point in time of once those fun 4 years are all said and done, reality is coming with a big ass right hook to clock you in the face to say, hey, you're on your own now. You have to actually work all day instead of, going to bullshit classes and drinking and having fun with your friends every single day, playing games. That's not a thing anymore. You are an adult, so you have to start working. And I swear it causes like a post-college depression where if you were in college and you weren't thinking about what you wanted to do with your future, you kind of have an identity crisis, like who am I, what do I want to do? And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of my friends right now. If you guys are going into college or are in college right now, I would say start figuring it out. Or you can just drop out like me.
And I'm sorry, but the one thing that really is brightening my spirits a bit in this honestly depressing time period after graduating college is feeling baby again. Like when I am in the workplace and I tell people that I just graduated college, they go, oh wait, you were just born, you're a baby. Like there's nothing like the feeling. My boss the other day was like, oh yeah, all these 90s kids running around, as if like 90s was like all these young kids running around. I go, oh, I was born in 2000. Oh. And it was, I've never felt a feeling like that. Everyone was like, what? And I go, wait, I'm the youngest person in the world. And it's all I have right now, but I'll take it.
Let's talk about post-grad life, because this shit's rough. I'm not even a month out of college yet, and I'm feeling it. Structure has been the biggest thing for me, and I'm not good without it. Literally from high school to senior year of college, I was literally back-to-back busy. Structure out of the ass. My tip for going from having so much structure to not having structure is you need to create your own structure, which, trust me, can be the biggest pain in the butt. The last time I talked about this, I said that it makes life feel like 50 first dates. And I want to explain that. You are literally living the same day over and over again when you have nothing to do. I literally felt like I was watching 50 First Dates for like the first couple weeks until I created a list of things to do every single day. My biggest thing, find a hobby. I started crocheting slippers. I know this doesn't look like a slipper yet, but I promise it will. Everybody, my mom asks, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Listen, I just woke up. My dreams didn't tell me what I'm supposed to do. All I know is I'm going to go to Starbucks and get Chipotle.
Hi, I'm making this video to talk about post-grad emotions, feelings, whatever. Let me know if you guys feel this way, but I'm just really going through it because school is starting again, and literally not going to school, like, is the scariest thing to me, because that, like, school was my whole personality. And now I have nothing going for me. No, I'm just kidding. But I literally, like, all of college, like, I thought I had it all put together. Like, I was so career driven and I had, like, everything calculated to a T. But then my last semester of college, I was so busy and so, like, involved that I really didn't think about my future, like, my impending future, as much as I should have. And I'm just really sad right now. Like, nobody talks about how hard it is. Like, we all post our photo dumps and our grad pictures and summer recaps, but realistically, I'm crying every day all the time. Anyways, I guess I'm just making this to say, like, if you just graduated, or not even just graduated, but, like, went through hard times after graduating, like, first of all, you're not the only one, because I'm going through it every day. But also, like, we just have to take it day by day, because there's no words. Like, it's just really hard. It's really hard, and you were validated in feeling like it's hard, because it is, because I literally don't know how I do every day. But all that to say, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. We're gonna get through it together. I don't know who's gonna hire us, but somebody will, I guess.
I have my sunglasses on because I'm crying and I'm sitting outside of Starbucks and I don't have tint on my windows, and that's embarrassing. But whoever said post grad was like gonna be great, they lied, at least for me. I am lonely. I am miles away from all my friends. A lot of my friends that I went to like high school with, or like even some of my friends that I went to undergrad with, I feel like I don't connect with them anymore. I don't have any like much in common with them anymore. A lot of the stuff that I used to do for fun doesn't really interest me anymore. So I'm lonely, and like I want to get married, but that's really not hasn't been working out that well for me. I feel like I'm disappointing like the shit out of my parents, and like I'm just I don't know what to do. Like, this is just life is not life is not really doing it for me right now. It's really
depression. So regardless of if you had a great or terrible college experience, when you graduate, you're changing your environment. You go from living in your college bubble, having all of your friends there, doing assignments for classes, being affiliated with the university, and having some structure in your life, to feeling like you were thrown into the real world, so many responsibilities, and now you have to pay all your own bills. And you can have a job lined up, be looking for a job, applying to grad schools. Anyone can deal with this. And I feel like it's because of the change in environment and our mindset shift from being a college student to being a working adult. And this is one of the many parts of life that college does not prepare you for. Because once you graduate and get your diploma, all of your friends and family are so proud of you. But then, what comes next? We feel like we have to be productive or doing something 24/7 because that's what our parents do. But sometimes it's okay to chill, take a break, and process our emotions. Let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments.
And just hear me out for a second. You shut them.
I truly think that the main reason a lot of people feel this way once they graduate is that the transition from like college life to post-college life is so dramatic. Other alumni would talk about this with me, but I don't think I really grasped it until I graduated. Colleges don't really give you like a transition plan to your post-college life. A lot of the resources that you had while you were in school, sometimes they're not available to you once you graduate. I also think some universities don't give you realistic expectations about when like certain degree fields will be getting jobs. Personally, for me, I think social media definitely contributed to me feeling like I'm being left behind or I'm not achieving like a certain level of like greatness once I graduate, because it's like you have this really nice degree and it's like, oh, I'm not living like the other social media girlies.
Does anyone else feel stagnant right now in their life and feel like they're not doing enough? And also just feel like you don't have any sense of direction in life right now? Like, I know I cannot be the only one. I graduated college last May, and obviously when I looked back a year ago from now, I thought that I would have a full-time job as of now, if not by the time that I graduated college a few months later. But no, I applied for about 8 months straight to hundreds of companies for both internships and full-time jobs, and then I ended up not getting one. Obviously, I was going broke, so I couldn't just keep on applying and doing nothing, so I ended up getting a part-time job in babysitting to get some source of income. I decided to take a break from applying to jobs around September, and then around that same time when I decided to take a break, I decided to apply to get my master's. So I am going to school. I'm going back to school this year. I'm just always questioning myself if I'm doing the right thing. As of right now, like, I'm okay with my decision to go to graduate school. I just hate this unpredictability and feeling lost in life, but I'm just trying to remember I'm only 22. And I'm totally gonna figure it out sooner or later.
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
The worst part about post-grad depression that no one warns you about is the fact that all of your friends move away and they kind of start new lives without you. And it was funny because a lot of my friends moved to like one area from college, and I was basing everything off of going there and like being back with them and like reuniting, because I still live in the same county my college is in. Having this like struggle lately, like this internal battle with myself of like, I've been in this state for 5 years and I don't feel happy. But I've always thought that like the place that I wanted to be in my 20s was Southern California. Like there's a lot of reasons I love it here and there's a lot of reasons I don't. Last week or so I've been like second guessing if I want to leave the state, if I want to move somewhere else in the state and in Southern California than I plan to live in next year. Like I've kind of been thinking about if I follow other people, how am I ever going to find out what I truly want? And that's been really tough because sometimes I don't really know what I want. I'm not really the best at listening to my fucking gut feelings. In fact, I've been ignoring them for the last about decade of my life. Because at the end of the day, my friends are going to keep moving. They're going to move again and again and again. And I can't follow them everywhere. I have to follow who I want to be and what I want to do. And I don't know if what I thought I wanted to do is what I actually want to do. Yeah, anyways, I think I need to text my therapist.
Genuinely, one of the most heartbreaking parts of graduating college is not having friends anymore. People warned me that when you graduate college, like things are gonna be different. So I was very aware that it was a possibility, but I was being so conscious that for the first like 2 months after college, I was hanging out with friends every weekend because I was reaching out and I was making sure. I was like, guys, we need to be hanging out, we need to be seeing each other. And of course, I was the one reaching out and making the plans, and that gets exhausting. After 2 months, I just stopped. I just wanted to take a break, so I didn't make any plans, I didn't see anybody, I just wanted to, have some me time. It's so telling that in that time, nobody reached out to me. I don't want this to sound like I'm blaming them or trying to attack them for not reaching out. I know everybody's busy, everybody has their own lives, but at the same time, it's like, I really want to value friendship and I really want to have a very strong, healthy relationship with each and every one of my friends. And it just feels like maybe I'm the only one who feels this way, but when you become an adult, people don't want to put in the effort. When you're in high school and college, you're in the same proximity as your friends almost all the time. You see them in class, in between class, in extracurriculars, all of that kind of stuff. But when you become an adult, people don't view friendships the same way they view their romantic relationships. Everybody knows that if you're in a romantic relationship, it takes effort. No matter what, in a romantic relationship, you need to be reaching out to each other. You need to be going on dates. You need to be hanging out. You need to be having deep conversations. You need to be doing activities together. Whereas most people that I know and who are in my life and so important to me, they don't view friendship in that same lens. To me, I take friendship so seriously, and I want to have like really amazing friendships with people. I am always the friend who texts back. Even if it takes me like all day, if you text me in the morning, I don't text you until the evening, I'm still gonna text you back. Like if I get a text from a friend, that makes my heart so happy, and it makes me like jump for joy on the inside because it doesn't happen that much. But honestly, that's kind of sad to think about. Me, people now just don't have time to be friends. They don't have time for me. It does suck, to be honest. It sucks really bad. Like the hardest thing about being post-grad isn't working full-time. It's the fact that I don't have friends anymore.
If there's one discussion that needs to be had in America is the overindulgence in sports. Now, as a former athlete, I am not saying sports are bad. I think sports are probably one of the best things to do for our youth in terms of camaraderie, coachability, perseverance, things of that nature. However, I feel like at times we overindulge in the image of being an athlete. And this is going to be subjective from person to person, but for myself, I was an athlete. I played college basketball, and basketball was my identity for a very, very, very long time. Everywhere I went, you play basketball, right? Oh, you play basketball. You play overseas, you play pro. I'm a basketball player. I'm going to college, I play basketball. Like, what do? I play basketball. And so you associate yourself with this idea of being this athlete for so long that it's hard to let go of that image. And then it's also hard to now perform at new things that you aren't good at. Like, for most of us who played sports, we played that sport because we were naturally gifted and worked really hard at it and became masterful at it. And since we were so masterful at this craft, at this sport, it's now difficult for us to take on new endeavors, right? Trying out new skills, not being good at something. And then on the flip side of that is that now, how do we identify ourselves, right? How am I going out into the world and showcasing who I am outside of my sport? Now, for me, that's been difficult and quite a journey to define, and kind of trying to figure out where do I fit in the world outside of being an athlete, outside of being judged, outside of the competition, outside of, the routine of going to practice, study, and then game. What does that look like for your life now? So I think as someone who used to play sports and being a former athlete, I want to say give yourself some grace, explore, and find out all you are outside of the sport. Peace.
Do you know them? No. But in the club, we all fam. What? In the club, we all fam. In the club, we are all family.
Okay, but like, nobody told me it would be this fucking hard to bag a job after graduating from college. Like, bitch, I really thought I was just gonna be handed this corporate, amazing 9 to 5, excellent job with full pay and benefits, making like 50 to 60K a year right out of college. Bitch, are you joking? Bitch, I was working at the fucking FedEx warehouse after graduating, cause it was the only fucking place I was hiring, and I needed the fucking job. Like, you're telling me I sat in classes for 3.5 fucking years, studying real hard just to be packing fucking trucks in the FedEx warehouse? And I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, it was good for me, it was hella good for me, especially when I had no fucking money in my bank account. But why the fuck did I get this degree? Like, I just don't know what happened. Like, I used to be so good at school, like was always top honors, like graduated at the fucking top of my class in high school, went to the top college in the US. I went to UCLA, and like, bitch, like I just fell off. Like, I'm in my fucking flop era right now, like bad. I've just completely lost my spark for learning and like working. Like, I have no passions. There's nothing I enjoy doing. I like traveling, but that fucking costs money and you can't really make a career out of that. And it just fucking sucks because I just feel like everyone around you, everyone else I know that has graduated with me, they already have like amazing high paying jobs for some fucking reason. They already know what they want to do. They might be going to like dental school, medical school, law school, whatever. And like, I always thought that maybe I wanted to go to law school to do something like that. But it's just like, I was completely burned out from college. Especially when you have no support from your parents. If you were cut off at 18, like I was, you have to work and go to school. It's too fucking much. Like, most people I know did not work while they were in college. So, there you go. And I can't even afford to go to grad school anymore at this point thinking about it, because that would just be more debt with no job security after. And is it even going to be something I want to do long term? Like, who knows? Anyway, I just feel like I was scammed, and like, this shit is just so frustrating. It's so hard to get hired anywhere. And the job market sucks right now. And I think we're in a fucking recession. Like, I don't even know, but yeah. Good luck to all the girlies graduating. I literally hope you find way more luck than me. I feel like a fucking 22-year-old kid.
What do you mean it's almost been 2 years since I've been in post-grad? Almost 2 years since I've been graduated from college. Like, am I even, like, post-grad? Like, what point does post-grad stop and, like, just become, like, regular adulthood? Because I don't think I'm there yet. And, like, can I no longer use the excuse of, like, oh, please, like, be patient with me. I'm just graduated. Like, no, it's been 2 years now almost. Okay, actually, I don't think I'm, like, expected to know things, but, like, I don't know. I've just been seeing so many more, like, post-grad stuff on my For You page, and it's like, oh, I just graduated this month. Or, like, people are like, oh, I graduated a year ago, and I feel like I'm getting older. I'm like, wait, it's now almost been 2 years for me. And honestly, that is scary because the passage of time is scary, and it feels like just yesterday I was in college. Like, the time between now and college, like, I feel like a lot of it has blurred together. Still feel like I just graduated, even though it's now been almost 2 years. What's next? 3 years? And I don't know, I still feel like I'm, like, just getting my footing into, like, adulthood. But part of me is also grateful because I do feel, like, a little bit more solid in, like, being an adult, being in post-grad. And I think that I have learned a lot. I just, like, you just don't realize you're learning something and, like, know more until, like, you're actually, like, at that point, you know? It's wild.
Sorry I haven't posted. Life post undergrad has been absolutely gut-wrenchingly horrible. And I've been in a deep dark hole. Everyone was like, it's not that bad. like, yeah, maybe it's not that bad if you have money to travel and do fun things, like, but it is bad if you're not wealthy or well off even. And I was like, you know what, let me take some time off after undergrad to just chillax, right? I thought that'd be a good idea because I was like, it's just been back to back to back to back. So I took some time off. It's gonna be August. I took 2 months off to just like try to better myself, and I am nothing but worse. So that's that too. So not only am I worse mentally from like, I guess just the long boring days, now I was like, okay, let me go get a job because like I cannot do nothing all day. Like I'm really not doing good. I was like went on 3 job interviews last week or 2 weeks ago, finally. Not a single call back. My room is like an absolute disgusting mess because I just live in it all day, every day. And I'm like, shouldn't I have the time to clean it? I do, but I'm so depressed that just no, I don't. Taking the beauty filter off. Like my skin is going through it. And I'm like, why are you going through it, bitch? Like you're not even stressed out. Like you're doing nothing with your life. Like heal. So all in all, post-undergrad has just been a doozy, but I'm going to try and get my life together today a little bit and clean this absolute atrocity of a mess. Like, you're probably going to see a pair of panties or something you don't want to see in this. Haven't made my bed in 2 weeks. At least I put the bed sheets on. I was sleeping on a mattress topper for 3 weeks, no joke. I just put the top sheet on in the pillowcases finally because I was like, maybe I should stop that. So, yippee-yi-yi.